Oh, hello there, Site 42 staff, as well as those of you from the greater SCP Foundation community. And welcome to another Coffee Break with Dr. Sherman, a subsidiary of the Anomalous broadcast from Site 42. As always, I am Dr. Theron Sherman, Site Director and Head Containment Specialist here at Site 42. And it is my duty, nay privilege, once a day for an ongoing 5-month streak and counting, to open my door to the Audiophonics Lab once a day for you guys to stop in, the intrepid Foundation staff, and ask your questions about the deeper mysteries and inner workings of the SCP Foundation. Whether it be regarding the anomalies we contain, the staff that does the containing, the groups of interest who get a little tetchy about the whole containing thing, you know how they can be. And of course, hypothetical containment procedures about anomalies that are outside of the SCP Foundation's purview. Perhaps they are from a different multiverse or a pataphysical narrative level, i.e. fandom. I try to answer my questions to illuminate, elucidate, and educate you about the Foundation to the best of my ability so we can all do better work at our duties, securing, containing, and protecting. Today, I would like to bid a warm welcome, first and foremost, to Junior Researcher Sally, our first chatter of the day. Congratulations. Meanwhile, Sally, as well as Tyrone's Creations, Trey, Lils, Chester Factory, Smallish Games, SCP-049, Sin, Puff the Magic Dwagon, Dr. America, Senior Researcher Alex, Director Ethan, Person of Interest, codename End, Silent Follower, Dr. Dice Shern, there we are. All of you who are here, thank you for being punctual on making your way to stream, and thank you for being members. Meanwhile, Brett Lee McNaught, this other SCP-049, Eloise, Lily the Lombax, and Snaky, thank you for being here on time, and thank you for being you today. And of course, Desk, thank you for being active as our moderation team. And Dr. Sumerian, good to see you visiting us just for the sake of it. Popular SCP author and YouTuber Dr. Sumerian is here to join us. Wonderful, wonderful. So, how is everyone doing today? I can tell you, on my end, I am sleepy. And it's because there are too many SCP-9000 entries. And last night, I knew today was going to be a long work day. We're going to have a short stream today, a 1-hour stream for our coffee break, because I have so much to do after we're done. But unfortunately, as I was nestled snugly in my bed, ready for action in the sleeping sense, my word, I get turned on to an SCP article from the 9000 contest, and the ranting and raving about how good it is so radical that I'm like, fine, I'll read this before bed. And I did 2 articles last night. I did not go to bed on time because the contest is insane. And so, let me open by telling you guys about the SCP-9000 contestants I was exposed to in the last 24 hours. In the last 24 hours, I have been exposed to 4 more SCP articles. And those SCP-9000 contestants are as follows. First and foremost, the one that made me stay up late last night because people were so excited about it. SCP author Disadrin? Disadrin. Is that right? Disadrin? I just gotta confirm what I'm saying here. I think it's Disadrin. Yes, SCP author Disadrin. Good. Wrote an SCP-9000 article called A Prince Among Men. And A Prince Among Men, as a non-spoiler summary, is about a 90s, early 2000s television sitcom of a similar vein to The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and the anomalous things that went down with this television show. And I can't lie, the ranting and raving about how good it was not wrong. It was quite a good article. I definitely +1'd it. Highly recommend SCP-9000, A Prince Among Men by Disadrin. That's all I'm going to say, because there is a spoiler, and even knowing there's a spoiler, when there are things when you're told there's a spoiler, that isn't of itself is a spoiler, because if it was not a big deal, then you wouldn't need a spoiler warning. Long story short, give it a read. It was good. And then since I had given this entry the time of day, thanks to the emotional ramblings of SCP authors and the internet, I decided to do the same for my chat. And Senior Researcher Frogman yesterday was emphatic that I and people read the SCP-9000 contestant known as Single File by author Quirius. And I'll tell you what, they weren't wrong. It was a good article. It's definitely a +1. I gotta say, it did suffer for me for being read immediately after the Prince article, because that Prince article is crazy good. So Single File, while quite good, because it's slower and more melancholic, it didn't hit the same way as it could have if I didn't come off the high of that previous article. So I find it hard to judge it on like an out of 10. It did definitely, there's some things in it that really hit in a very affecting way, to be sure. So both of those two are +1s. And trust me, I only read 2 more articles, so I'm gonna finish those summaries and ratings, and then I'm gonna hit you with the, I'm gonna hit the donos that I've seen come in. I'm on my way, guys. I'm on my way. The third article that I read, and I started these this morning, is SCP-9000 contestant, The Rich Witch Flitch Trials. The Rich Witch Flitch Trials by SCP author Zin. And I gotta say, there's a nice little short one. It's a little fairy tale thing. It's got castles. Although I gotta tell you, Zin, if you see this clip, I'm disappointed that your front company for the preservation of castles was the Society for the Preservation of Castles, which is SCP, or SPC, Shark Punching Center front company, when it could have clearly been the Society for Castle Preservation. It did not need to be SPC. You could fix that right now. The Society for Castle Preservation is right there. I demand it be fixed. I will not rescind my upvote over it, but Society for Castle Preservation was right there. You could have done the front company proper. Until you tell me you had a good reason for it, and then I rescind all of this. But as long as I'm here having fun on my stream, in my house, with my containment hazard assessment team, there we go. And then the grand finale, the first no vote of the 9,000 competition for me. I am not, this is the first time I was like, okay, maybe not, maybe not. And it is called Where the Things That Kill You Go by SCP author Baron Joe. I like how that rhymes. Where the Things That Kill You Go by SCP author Baron Joe. Now, this is not a bad article. I didn't downvote it. But me, personally, I think this article was missing something very important, and so I could not, in good conscience, give it the big updoot. And so, that one, as a quick summary, is there's an entity that wants to make friends with the Foundation because it also likes containing things. And the Foundation has to work out with this entity agreements about containing things and delegation of containment. So, there is my 4 SCP articles of the day. SCP-9000 contestants, I should say. I gave A Prince Among Men an upvote, Single File an upvote, Rich Witch Flitch Trials an upvote, and Where the Things That Kill You Go, a no vote, a neutral. And so that is my 9-con ratings of the day. And the contest is still ongoing, so we will be seeing and judging more articles as we go. Remember to read some entries. I know you can't read them all. There's too many of them. Gosh, darn it. But read what you can, vote what you can. Let's make this contest a good one, everyone. And remember to have fun out there. That's what matters. So with that, let me close those windows. Come back over to the chat. First and foremost, Junior Researcher Tunda Sherwood, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself an apple cider on your way past the commissary. Dr. Sherman, I have Mallow chasing me. Well, you shouldn't have downloaded the app, should you have? You shouldn't have downloaded the app. Now who's to blame but yourself, huh? So look, we can't really do anything about that. You have a new annoying best friend. You just have to deal with it. There's a contest? Intern Sen, yes. The SCP-9000 contest is well underway. In case you're new to the SCP community, every time we fill up a series, like the 8000s, we then have a contest for who gets to be the 9000 slot, or the 1000 slot, because everyone, usually they'll start a series at the top. And so if you're in the 1000 slot, it's kind of prestigious. So rather than just someone pick it at random, they have a themed contest. The theme for this content is structures, constructs, and patterns. And so all of the articles are themed around structures, constructs, and patterns. And the contest started on Friday. Posting is now open, posting and voting, and will end... Where is it? Where's the schedule? Give me the schedule. It's at the top of the page, isn't it? Yep. October 3rd is when you are no longer allowed to post contest entries. So we have still plenty of time for contest entries to be posted. Meanwhile, you will get 2 more weeks of voting. October 17th is the end of voting for the contest. So you still have just shy around 3 weeks to vote and read articles. So it's not like we got to rush. It's just there's so many of them, I'm trying my best to get as many in as I can. Yeesh. Can we get an update on Steve? Junior Researcher HLG, yesterday, we took Steve off the meds that were medically inducing the coma. We kept Steve in while he recovered from the breach scenario and whatever the hell happened with him. And so we are just now waiting for Steve to wake up so we can interrogate and figure out what the hell happened. Sin, thank you for gifting 5 Site 42 memberships to our Containment Hazard Assessment team, i.e. chat. If you receive one of those memberships, I hope you thanked Sin for their generosity. And Sin, thank you for your generosity in the battle against the white names. Cool Man Fight, thank you for your first member message of today's stream. As a Mobile Task Force captain here of 1 month, we appreciate your membership and your service in the battle against the white names. Hello, Dr. Sherman. Couldn't we use robots to clean SCP-173's room so we don't lose D-Class personnel to it? Prepare your mouth for some honey water. That last thing was really off topic. What the hell? But... so consider this. SCP-173 can move as long as it's not directly observed. That means that the robots would be crushed by the peanut as it zipped around the room. So, nice thought, but not gonna work. Orange Cloud, thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member. Make sure to grab yourself a fruit salad yummy yummy on your way past the commissary. Hey boss, what's up? How it be? Can I feed Balloon Boy to 682? I've already reduced it to an unusable scrap heap. Didn't you just get that thing set up and running? Also, no. We can use proper waste disposal as per Achromatic Abatement's protocols. We are not going to just feed it to 682. Why is my eye twitching? It's very frustrating. I need that eye for eyeing. Do 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 do. Ooh, hold on. Okay, I'm gonna have to answer that later. I just got a very interesting message, but I gotta handle that later. I gotta handle that later. Cool Man Fight, thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member. Make sure to grab yourself a Nuka-Cola on your way past the commissary. My favorite Fallout ants are the fire ants. Well, I don't like bugs, so I hate them all. Lemon, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself some warheads on your way past the commissary. Happy to see you are cleared from your D-Class quarantine. Me too. And when Steve wakes up, I'll get some answers about what the hell was going on with that. Husam, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself a Sunset Sarsaparilla on your way past the commissary. Would 106 be able to exit 3008 using its portal? No, it wouldn't. Funny thing about SCP-106's pocket dimension is the pocket dimension can be entered through a wall, but the portal can't move off of that wall. So what happens is 106 can go into a wall and come out its other side using its pocket dimension. But we already know that if you break down the wall of an infinite IKEA, it just leads to more IKEA. It doesn't lead to the outside. And this is true because also if you enter the infinite IKEA through a hole that has been bulldozed through the wall, it just leads to a normal IKEA. You can only enter the infinite IKEA universe through the main door of that IKEA. And so because 106's portal only lets it come in one side and out the other side of a wall, it can essentially never find an exterior wall, therefore it can't escape the IKEA using it. Great question. Chesta Factory, you're right. Infinite Furniture Store. I only use that, specifically by the way, when we do the sponsorship bits. Because IKEA has not sued the SCP Wiki, which means they're not that mad about SCP-3008 on its own. But they are mad when people try to monetize on it, such as the SCP-3008 game that they literally sued into oblivion and never came out because of it. So, yeah. When it's the story on the wiki, IKEA is fine. When it's a certain comic book that is being about a infinite furniture store, but not branded after IKEA, that's the difference. The question is it for money or not? I mean, if Dr. Sumerian were still here, I know he's also got opinions on how the SCP Wiki uses copyrighted brands and things like that when they probably shouldn't be due to the Creative Commons. So we could have a fun conversation about that. And by fun, I mean, yeesh. Can you show us SCP-999? Well, I would have to go to the other room and pull 999 out of its containment chamber. And so that would be a bit of a hassle for a short stream like this. Junior Researcher HLG. Are we doing another 50 donos bet? We're already at 5. I'll even do it for you like this. If you really, really want me to, if you donate 50 gifted memberships, I'll go get both the SCP-999s I currently have in containment over there. Because I have 2 different 999s on hand for certain purposes. We're doing some multiversal cross-testing right now. Cool Man Fight, thank you for donating again. I got in question about Infinite IKEA. Could destroy all other IKEA stores and destroy the Infinite IKEA. May it be gone forever. Well, here's the deal. We don't know that if we destroy the Infinite IKEA's main door, that it will transfer to another place or not. That's not something we've tested because we don't destroy anomalies if we don't have to. And so, by that logic, there's no evidence that it transfers doors anyways. So, I don't really think we have a good hypothesis for that, I'm sorry to say. Orange Cloud, thank you for gifting 10 Site42 memberships to the chat. That brings us to 15 out of 50 for this going to go get the 999s out of containment goal. Make sure to thank Orange Cloud for their generosity if you happen to get one of those memberships. And the battle against the white names continues. Sin, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member, and for those gifted memberships earlier. Make sure to grab yourself a deviled crab on your way past the commissary. I found some SCP-41D3N73-J in my box. Can I get any information to place it here so I can talk to them? I won't erase them or do anything else. Are you sure you didn't leave them there from last time you were running around planting those racist Italian pasta boxes across the site? And maybe you just kept a couple for the next time you were going to bother us with the racist Italian pastas? Specifically, SCP El Dente-J are Italian pastas that are racist in an Italian stereotype way. They're not just Italians who are racist against other people. They are a racist Italian stereotype, is the joke here. Husam, thank you for donating again. What was the Gate Guardian doing during daybreak? I don't know. My opinion would probably be that it would just be guarding the gate from flesh beings. If Dr. Sumerian were still here, I know he works with SCP Illustrated, Mr. Illustrated, on that series about daybreaks. And so let me go to Mr. Illustrated's YouTube channel and see if the Daybreak series has anything to say about the Gate Guardian. I am the Gate Guardian, guardian of the gate. Abel quivers before him. Fuck off. Playlist. Tearjerkers. When day breaks. 29 videos. Don't play all. Don't play all. I just want to see the playlist. Shush. Shush. I just want to see the playlist. Part 2 on London IKEA. The Voices 179106. St. Elmo's Fire. 049 The Process. Undublin 096. 173. The Gate Guardian.
Good day, everyone, and welcome to another When Day Breaks.
So because these are written in cahoots with Sumerian, I usually consider these to be pretty close to canon, even if they're not necessarily on the wiki. And so, let's see what I got here. Gate Guardian. Fights flesh creatures. Does not seem to turn to flesh, but does seem to lose the fight. At the end of at least Mr. Illustrated's iteration of the Gate Guardian versus Daybreaks, it was a mighty battle, and they both lost like two samurais getting cut, and both of them falling. Okay, good to know, good to know. Popping back to chat. Why don't you let 507 become a researcher? Researcher Ultra, what is that? Ultramex? Researcher Ultramex. 507 randomly teleports out of the dimension with no real stopping. No real idea of when it's going to happen. We can't have that happening during the middle of a test. Come on. Sin, thank you for donating again. No, I erased the remaining ones after that troll. Ah, okay. Well then, I guess we should check security cameras and see who has been moving around the al dentes again. Desk, thank you for gifting a Site 42 membership to the Containment Hazard Assessment team, even though you work here. If you got the membership from Desk, thank them for their glory in the battle against the White Names. Janitor Gale asks, why don't we have SCP-131, the iPods, stay in the cells with 173? It would be so smart. First of all, we have done that before, but it would be unethical to leave them in there, especially because think about it. Think about it. First of all, they would have to just walk around in the blood and feces mixture that 173 emits. And how much of that mixture does 173 emit per day? How much of that waste product of blood and feces does 173 emit per day? We know that every 24 hours, it drops 6 metric tons. No. It's 6 metric tons per year. It is 17 kilos of waste daily. 17 kilos of waste. And you want the iPods, who are this big, ground level, just squirming around in it? Gross. No, that's unethical as hell. We're cold, but not cruel when we contain anomalies. Yeah, we got to keep them in prison for life, but we're not trying to make their lives worse. Come on, son. Are the iPods even sentient? Ultramex, they have as much sentience as, say, a house cat. Maybe a little more. Random archaic symbols, thank you for subscribing to Site 42 staff. And thank you for subscribing. Marcus, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Make sure to grab yourself a chocolate chip cookie on your way past the commissary. Hello, Dr. Sherman. And hello to you. SCP-049, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Make sure to grab yourself a Taquito on your way past the commissary. Doc, help. Mobile Task Force is saying Steve is the site director. Are you in a time loop from 2 weeks ago? Huh. We'll have to check on the temporality there. Because any Mobile Task Force members who are being, I don't know, insubordinate right now would be having a very bad time if I found out about it. Do you find the ethics committee annoying at times too? I mean, yes, they can be a little prickly and a little stringent, but we got to do ethical things. We are not bad guys, although a lot of people paint us as bad guys. Wait, didn't mean to kick that. That was 2 weeks ago. I might be affected by a time anomaly or some amnestics, because it can't have been that long. I will confirm now. It was at least 2 weekends ago. 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. It was 14. It was 14 days ago that we had the containment breach, and so yes, 2 weeks ago and change. Time flies when you're having fun, huh? Do you know SCP-2950's secret? Yeah. The secret is that it's not quite as comfortable a chair as people have said it's all cracked up to be. Yeah, it's fine. It's a pretty good chair, but people get so hype about 2950 being this immensely comfortable chair. It's just good. It's not that great. Doctor, could it be viable to neutralize SCP-682 by putting it into 914 on the rough setting? Absolutely not. It would not work. Now, first of all, my immediate hypothesis is not only would it not work, but the damn lizard couldn't even fit into the booth, allowing it to function. So I don't think it's even possible to test these things together, but I will double check the termination log just in case. So, yes, I was exactly right. You're welcome. I'm a genius. Item number for the termination test, SCP-914. Tissue test record, data expunged. Termination test record. Data expunged of fine or very fine is no longer to be used by any personnel having contact with 682 at any point. In addition, any objects that have come in contact with 682 at any point are not allowed to be processed by 914. Any attempt to subvert this directive, data expunged. Notes: SCP-682 is too large to fit into the booths in most forms. In addition, the tissue tests have shown that SCP-682 has unpredictable reactions to 914. No shit. Finally, SCP-914 is too valuable a research tool and too delicate for this type of test. It was nearly damaged after the incident, and data expunged to be repeated. Should the results be recovered, data expunged. Does this really surprise anyone, given what 914 does to normal organics? Signed, Dr. G. So yes, I thought that was pretty straightforward. High Tech Priest, thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member. Make sure to grab yourself some motor oil on your way past the commissary. The Mechanicum has seen fit to aid you in your endeavors. You may count on our continued support as long as you continue your supply of D-Class personnel. Well, we are having some limitations on the amount of D-Class we can get. There's been some supply side problems, but I'm sure we'll find some somewhere. And, you know, having some mechanicals to help us deal with the Church of the Broken God is never a bad idea. Latif, welcome to Site 42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. What if bees are just small frogs? What if bees sing songs of dogs? What if bees carved holes in logs? Could bees be the way to make the tree scream? 4, 5, 2, 1 test on the log. Okay, knock that down for later. That is where we go. Perfect. Good thinking. Researcher Frogman, good thinking. Sunset Nanami, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself a Rumine on your way past the commissary. Do you think SCP-079 and Painter with an AI capitalized